Libra, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot readings from the heart. So we're going to do your bonus reading for September. This is the how does he or she feel about me reading. Well, it's not actually, it's the how does your ex feel about you. I have a lot of clients coming to me and asking how an ex feels, and these have always been quite popular readings on the channel, and you know, I like to check in every now and again and see what's going on. So we're going to use for this reading this time the Tower of Dreams by Ciro Marchetti. It's one of my newest decks. Absolutely in love with this deck of cards. Really beautiful. And we are using for your clarifiers. We're not going to clarify every area because I'm trying to keep these readings on YouTube, the general ones, at least down to around 30 to 35 minutes, if that. So I only clarify maybe a couple of areas, maybe one, if that. Sometimes no areas are clarified. It just depends. On the website, when people order the readings, they're about an hour to an hour and a half long. Just depends, really. Yeah, between 60 to 90 minutes. That's when we get the clarifiers out and clarify every single area on the personal reading. But on the general reading, we don't do that anymore. Okay? So, without further ado, I'm going to unbox this. They're really lovely cards. Really are very, very nice cards indeed. Beautiful. They've got some additional cards in there, but I don't really use them. They just kind of interfere with what I'm trying to do. Cards like the Palace of Wands and the Palace of Cups and the Palace of Swords. Those cards, they've got some additional, they've got 4 additional cards in this. So there's about 82 cards, but I don't really use them. So we'll put these to the side. In with the booklet. Comes with a beautiful guidebook as well, if anybody's interested. You get it on Amazon. Let's make a start then for Libra. So Universe Spirit, this is a reading for Libra. We're doing the general reading. How does Strength and the Two of Cups showed up? Just flicked out. Very strong relationship, cooperation in a relationship. Strength is about confidence and belief and trust, and the Two of Cups is about a relationship, very strong relationship. So we'll see how I put these cards back, and I just wanted to show you what came out together, which I thought was fascinating. But let's have a look. So Universe Spirit, this is a reading for Libra, Sun, Moon and Rising signs, and we're going to do a bonus reading for how Libra's ex-partners feel about them, okay? Using the Ciro Marchetti Tarot of Dreams. How does Libra's ex-partner feel about them? So I want you to show me who Libra's ex-partner is in their life right now. Show me who Libra's ex-partner is in their life right now in position 1. In position 2, what are the Libra's ex-partner's strengths, good or bad, in position 2? In position 3, what are their weakness? What's Libra's ex-partner's weakness? In position 4, how do they feel about Libra? How does the ex-partner of Libra feel about them? In position 5, how does Libra feel about the ex-partner in position 5? In position 6, what were the strengths in the relationship between Libra and the ex-partner when they were in it together? What was the strength in this relationship when they were in it together? And what's the weakness in this relationship? What's the weakness in this relationship? What was the weakness in the relationship between Libra and the ex? In position 7. In position 8, what is the potential for a reconciliation between Libra and this ex? In position 9, just give me an overall analysis of the ex-partner of Libra. In position 10, what is the main blocks to Libra and the ex reconciling? In position 11, if they reconciled, what would be the outcome of the relationship between Libra and the ex? And in position 12, if the ex should come back to Libra, what should Libra do? There we go. All done on that area here. I'm recording from my family's home today instead of my desk. in my apartment. I really like recording from this table because it's quite big, and I haven't got my pointer pen. Just bear with me a moment, guys. I'm going to get my pointer pen. I need that to kind of touch on the cards. Okay, so let's have a look at who the ex is right now in their life. They are the Two of Coins. This person could be, they look like they're juggling. Two of Coins is to juggle. It's notoriously known as the juggler card. So this person might be juggling work. They might be juggling play. So this person might be trying to create a balanced work-life balance with the Two of Coins energy. This person at the moment, your ex might have a few money problems, because the Two of Coins, when you get this in terms of finances, it means that you're trying to manage your finances. So sometimes you might be struggling financially and have to kind of rob Peter to pay Paul type of thing. So the ex might be having some money problems. The ex might also be juggling relationships. So the ex might not be with one person. It might be with a couple of people, for example, with the Two of Coins energy showing here. So the Two of Coins is notoriously in love, the card of the player. This is a person that's juggling not one relationship, but a couple of them, or even more. So I think that overall in the ex's life right now, they're juggling. What is their strengths as a person? The Eight of Wands. I think that this person's very proactive with the Eight of Wands energy. I also think they've got a very high vibration. So this person might be a very positive individual as well, because the Eight of Wands as a energy means to have a very high vibration. It means to be very optimistic, very positive. It means when you've got that type of vibration, or when you're sitting in that type of energy, you make things happen. So the ex looks like with the Eight of Wands energy as a strength, this person makes things happen. They're very proactive. They're very energetic. They're very busy with the Eight of Wands energy. It looks like they like to communicate. The strengths of this ex is that this person is a highly optimistic person. They might be very, very creative as well with that Eight of Wands energy showing here. They might be an entrepreneur with the Eight of Wands energy. Wands deal with entrepreneurship, and with the Eight of Wands you're always devising new ways to do things. So this person looks like they are a very busy, very passionate, very proactive, very active individual. It looks like they don't like sitting down for a moment. They might be very kind of healthy or health conscious, very busy in the gym, that type of thing. But mainly I think as an energy, this person is extraordinarily positive. It looks like their strengths are they're extraordinarily positive as an individual. What is their weakness? The World. I think that, you know, these two cards really do kind of match in together in a way. And what I'm getting from this individual, you know, and you know, they might have money management issues going on, but it doesn't look like it to me. And even if they did, they look like they would find a way out of it, this ex does. They look like an extraordinarily positive individual, because their weakness is the world. Okay, as a person, their weaknesses is that they want, you know, the World card is all about achieving goals. It's all about achieving the greatest. The World card is, I want the world, I want everything. This person, as a weakness, I think, probably has some very, very high expectations with the World energy showing here. That's their weakness. That's why they're this. Their strengths are the Eight of Wands. They never stop. They're always on the go. Their strengths are that they're very, very optimistic. Okay? They sit in a vibration of positivity. They sit in a vibration of never giving up, Eight of Wands. Very, very busy, very proactive, always doing something, because their weakness is they want the world. They want to achieve the biggest goal ever. So this person looks like they might be very career orientated, for example. The Two of Pentacles showing them they're probably juggling a lot of stuff at the moment, work and play at the minute. I just get a really high vibration from whoever this ex is in your lives at the moment, or out of your life, sorry, at the moment. How do they feel towards you? Well, they do feel it's over, because you've got the Death card showing up here, Libra. So this person, their feelings are dead. It's over. They've probably got no more feelings with the Death energy. It's not reversed, it's in the upright. So when you feel death towards someone, you feel that something is over. You no longer have the same feelings. You've moved on. And I feel that this ex has moved on. It just looks like they're an incredibly busy individual with these three cards showing here. Incredibly busy. And I think their weakness is that they want it all. The world. They want recognition. They want to achieve. You know, they've set some goals and they're going to attain it. And it seems to me that they're focused on bigger things. The World energy showing here. Very focused on that. You know. Whether this is, you know, you've got water, water, fire, and you've got air, and you've got earth. Okay? So they're very focused on their passions. They're very focused on their dreams with water, passions with fire, dreams with water. Very focused on their ideas with the air energy showing here in 1 quarter, and very focused on building from the ground upwards. Money as well. Earth energy showing here is money, material stuff. So this person is, their weakness is their passions, their dreams, their ideas, and what they can build from that. Probably getting money, material, building financial structures, building financial stability and security for themselves. They're focused very much on their earthly desires, the earth energy showing here. That's why their strengths are the 8 of Wands. This person might be a writer. They look like they might be an entrepreneur to me. They look like they might be in business with the 8 of Wands energy. They look like they're starting things up continuously with the 8 of Wands energy, and they never stop, because they are the eternal juggler. Or we're trying to keep those balls in the air as well with the 2 of Coins energy. And this is why I think that their feelings towards you are that it's over, because I think that for them, they're concentrating on their own goals in this area here. What are your feelings for the ex, though, Libra? Strength. Well, I think that, and that came out before, didn't it? So I think that for the ex, I feel that you have overcome with the strength energy. I mean, for some of you guys, it might be that you still have a certain amount of lust and sexual desire towards, because the strength energy is also about lust. You can see a woman over a lion here, controlling a lion. But also with the strength card, it means to overcome. So some of you guys might have overcome the obstacle. You might have overcome the problem. You might have overcome the difficulties that you experience. For some of you guys, when you feel strength towards a person, there's an inner confidence. There's a silent confidence within oneself, especially when you've broken up with an individual. You're getting over it when you get the strength card. You're overcoming the obstacle. You're overcoming the hurt. You know, you feel very, very confident within the self, very strong within the self, that now you have come to this end of a cycle and you move forward with the strength energy. So you guys are very, very strong. It's really interesting reading, but this is an excellent one. Because though the ex doesn't feel anything for some of you guys with the death energy, their feelings have changed completely. The feelings are done. That's what death is. You guys are okay with that, it would seem, for some of you with the strength energy. You seem to be coping with it with the strength energy. You seem to be resolved to it. You seem to be holding your own concerning the ending of this relationship. What were the strengths when you were in the relationship together? Oh, wow. Oh, my God. This was a real connection. What the hell? It's interesting that this isn't reversed, though, because this person doesn't feel anything death, but you have held your own. I don't think you're completely over it with the strength energy, but you have a resolve of feeling here, and you say, well, it's done, and I'm moving on, and I'm getting on with my life here. So in a way, your feelings are still slightly stronger than the ex's, I think. But the strength in this relationship was everything. The Lovers. The Lovers is the best card you can get for love in the tarot. When you get this card to represent a relationship, this is a union that is balanced on all levels. Sexual, emotional, intellectual, building everything. The Lovers is it. The Lovers is the definitive card within the tarot about love. It shows that the strength in your relationship was such a union. Probably soulmates, possibly even twin flames. I don't know whether you were twin flames. If you were twin flames, you're the only one that recognises this, because the ex doesn't feel it. And I often feel that when you do have a twin flame, and I think that if both of you acknowledge that twin flame, you can. The thing that people don't get with twin flames, Libra, is that you can have a twin flame, but sometimes that person doesn't recognise that they're your twin flame. One of you is awakened to the twin flame connection, and one of you probably isn't, you know. But it was true love. This was your soulmate. The strength in this relationship was all about love, the Lovers. It was all about the connection, the emotional, the sexual, the intellectual connection that you had with one another. It was a really beautiful thing that between you and this ex with the Lovers energy. Now, the Lovers, be careful with this card, because it doesn't always mean that you're building, you know, a solid foundation with an individual. The Lovers really is about balance, you know, feeling emotionally balanced, especially because it's ruled by Gemini, intellectual balance as well between two different beings. You can see on this particular card, Libra, that the Lovers are together. Let me just pick this card up and look at them. can you see how these lovers on this particular deck and how earnest they are towards one another? It's almost like there's nothing that could... On the right away, the lovers are separated. On this card, they're very much together. Very much together. There was a true bond, I believe, between you and this individual as a strength. But it was more on an emotional and psychological level. There was a great deal of balance in your feelings between one another. But what was the weakness? The Queen of Swords. This is you, Libra. So you show us the weakness. And I'm wondering if you distrusted this ex. Did you have trust issues? Because the Queen of Swords is highly analytical and you're showing as being the weakness in the relationship. So I'm wondering if you guys were far too analytical on this relationship. Were you asking too many questions? Because that's what the Queen of Swords does. She often does this. She pokes a finger and says, what are you doing? Where have you been? You obviously had great love for one another. But you were the weakness, Libra. You're Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is a Libra energy and you're clearly showing here as being the weakness. Clearly showing as being the weakness. So I think that you were the weak link in this relationship. A lot of people are going to probably have a go at me for this reading. But you are showing here as the Queen of Swords. And Queen of Swords is a highly analytical individual. She asks a lot of questions. She's always wanting to get into the truth. So even though love was very, very strong in this relationship, I don't believe that some of you guys trusted this with the Queen of Swords energy. I don't believe you trusted it. Maybe that's why this person no longer has... Because I just don't see anything really bad with this individual so far. And you guys are trying to cope with this. Some of you guys are really kind of... Your feelings are, I need to kind of, you know, protect myself. I need to make sure with the Strength card that I'm holding up my own resolve. So you're holding up your own resolve here. But this person's done with the situation. And I'm just wondering if it's because you didn't trust them. Queen of Swords is a highly distrustful queen within the tarot. She's one of my favourite queens. She's great when she gives you advice. She's great when you're asking her to help you with something that she can analyse and she can give clarity to. But in a weak position, this is a very distrustful and very suspicious queen. So it might be your suspicions as the Queen of Swords energy, Libra. That was the weakness in the relationship. What is the likelihood of you and this ex coming back together? The Ten of Coins. Is that the Ten of Coins? I can never read these Roman numerals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, there's... Hang on, is it 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it's 9. 9 of coins, sorry, not 10. 10 is 1x. I'm not very good with the old Roman numerals, I'm afraid. No. No, I don't see that. Not with the 9 of coins. The 9 of coins is very much about being single and independent. I think if you were to come back together, I think that in a way, Libra, because I see that this person actually values who they are, but I'm wondering if you value who you are. I think with the 9 of coins energy, this is a time of separation, and I don't see with the 9 of coins you, because the 9 of coins isn't really a reconciliation card. It's not. It's to do with somebody who's spending time on their own and valuing who they are. With this 9 of coins energy. So I doubt that there would be a reconciliation here with the 9 of coins. I think that this energy says, well, I ask what is the likelihood of a reconciliation, and if the 9 of coins comes up, it might be that you're thinking about the reconciliation, but it's not happening. But one thinks about the reconciliation when they're on their own. You might be comfortable, but you're still feeling in that gilded cage. So I very much doubt with this card here, the 9 of coins, that there would be a reconciliation. Who is the ex overall as a person? They are the 3 of Swords as a person. I think that this person has been deeply hurt as an individual with that 3 of Swords energy. 3 of Swords as a person can show. It depends on who the ex is, though. You know, if this ex is an air sign, perhaps, maybe Libra like yourself, or an Aquarius or a Gemini, as a person, they might inflict hurt onto others because it is the sword energy that they're inflicting onto others with the 3 of Swords. This person might be cantankerous, for example. They might be argumentative with that 3 of Swords energy. They might be highly opinionated with the 3 of Swords energy. They might not have a conscience with the 3 of Swords energy, potentially. I think otherwise than that, this person shows with the 3 of Swords energy as being somebody who's potentially greatly hurt with the 3 of Swords energy showing here. as a person, because the Three of Swords, when that shows up for who a person is, it's either that you're inflicting hurt to others or you're feeling the hurt that yourself. So they're one of the two, I feel, here with the Three of Swords energy. I also feel with the Three of Swords, the Three of Swords is also about trying to make decisions and trying to gain clarity through a difficult situation. So this person looks to me like they're someone who often tries to resolve issues, but may find it difficult to do so. Because their ideas and opinions might not jive with others too well. What is the blockage to you guys coming back together? The Chariot. I think that this person's moved on. But I also feel that with the Chariot is about opposing forces and trying to stay aligned. So I feel the Chariot it could represent a Cancerian person, so that's the blockage, but I don't think it's that. I think that in one way, when I look at the Chariot, it seems to me that this person's definitely moved on. I also feel that with this Chariot energy being the main blockage to you guys, and this is why you've got this, the Nine of Coins, as being the potential for a reconciliation, which I'm reading as a no, because it's number 9 and it represents somebody on their own and somebody who's valuing their space or trying to value themselves and build their own value. Okay, so I recognise possibly, if you're not with anyone, Libra, this is about you trying to build your own value, possibly the ex trying to build their own value, and the blockage to you guys coming together, and why this is the way that it is perhaps because the ex is pursuing, greatness, because the weakness is greatness. The weakness is that the ex wants it all, and it might be that they're pursuing this now because you didn't trust them. The weakness was the Queen of Swords, you. Maybe you were argumentative in the relationship. Maybe you pointed the finger a great deal at the ex with the Queen of Swords energy showing here. However, maybe you did this because... And also, I've got to be honest, if you get Three of Swords as a person, this can show as a liar and a deceiver. I'm not saying the ex was that, but there is potential for that with that card there. Other than the ex moving on, I think, with the Chariot energy, because they're pursuing greatness, especially, I think, within their career. Especially maybe an ex who's starting up a business or something like that. I actually feel that the challenge with this Chariot is that you've got challenges, and this is all about trying to take control of the relationship. It's not reversed, but nevertheless it's a blockage, and the blockage of the Chariot is trying to gain control. So the Chariot is all about gaining control of difficulty, and it might be the challenge is taking control of two wayward individuals. Because remember, on the Chariot, if you look at this card, Libra, what you've got is the 2 horses. Can you see how the man here is trying to take control? He's trying to pull these horses into line. Maybe both of you are the horses here. Okay? And it's difficult to pull you both into line because you're both on 2 kind of separate paths, if that makes any sense. If you were to come back together, what would the outcome be for the relationship? Well, it would be good. It would be the Star, because there was love. There was love. The strength was the lovers. Your strength was you were true soulmates, possibly even twin flames. You really were. But I think my fear and my idea, Libra, about this reading is somebody fucked this up, and I think it might have been you. You're going to come down on me like a ton of bricks, but I just get the impression you just didn't trust enough. And that's why the feelings for you have died. Death energy. And that's why the potential for a reconciliation is the 9 of Coins, a no. Because this is all about trying to gain your own value. So maybe this is about you valuing yourself a little bit more. Okay? Because there was love in this relationship. And it was true love. It must have been, because you've got the lovers. And the lovers is all about true, true love. And that was the strength. True, unadulterated love in every single way. For some reason, you did not trust Libra. And maybe, just maybe, why you've got the 9 of Coins, there's potential for reconciliation is because you need to value yourself a little bit more. The blockage is Chariot. But if you did come together, the potential is it could work out extraordinarily well. The Star card. You could fulfill your highest potential in this relationship with the Star energy showing here. If the ex were to come back to you, what should you do? 10 of Swords. Probably say no. Put this to bed. 10 of Swords is a no card. It's if you get a yes or a no reading and you pull out a 10 of Swords, that's a definite no. It's a no. I'll see why that's a no. For some reason, I feel the ex is this person, though. Can you see the man with the knives in his back? Can you see that? I get the feeling that the ex is the person, so why should you put knives in someone's back? Let's have a look at that. Why should It's almost like the universe is saying that you should really kind of like just... I don't know what it's telling me that you should... I mean, the Ten of Swords is a difficult card to read because it's not nice. It's not named the Master of Ruin for no reason. You know, and if the advice is to do the Ten of Swords, I think that really I'm just going to read this as to say no with the Ten of Swords energy. That's a definite no there. Why should Libras do the Ten of Swords if the ex were to come back asking for a reconciliation in 2 cards? First card to tell me why, second card to explain the first. Right, I think there was a lot of tension in this relationship. And a great deal of judgment, potentially, with this judgment energy. A lot of tension. I'm asking why. So the first card is giving me the Nine of Wands. Somebody's on their guard here. And why are they on their guard? The judgment energy. Because they're being judged. Judgment also means to be judged as well. And why was Libra being judged? Why was Libra being judged? Because of the Seven of Coins. Or is this you? Because somebody seems to have been waiting. And I'm wondering if you were the ones that were waiting at all with this Seven of Coins energy. The Seven of Coins means waiting for something to happen, waiting for something to grow. There was a lot of argumentative energy. Page of Swords facing in on that Knight of Swords. Can you see that? Sorry, I'm not sure whether the camera is picking those things up, actually. Let me just see if I can swing it round a little bit. Looks so lopsided, this camera does. There we go. Can you see? You got this Page of Swords. Now, Page of Swords, swords are good. Swords are good when you get it facing in on a Ten of Wands. Or if you get it, especially if you get the sword energy facing in on the Hanged Man, it means your problems are over. Because that sword's going to clip through the rope that's holding up the Hanged Man. But when you get it facing in, air and air, remember your elemental dignitaries, and these two are facing off against each other, there's a great deal of argumentative energy with that Page of Swords energy. And the Knight of Swords, rage. There's arguments and rage. Words being said here. A lot of clash. You've got a clash going on between both cards. So I feel that what's going on here is you should definitely just say no. Ten of Swords. Because I feel that there was a great deal of tension here. And that tension was about judgments being levied. I think that the tension was created by you, Libra. And I feel that this tension was about a judgment you were making on the ex. And this judgment was all about why you were having to wait so long for something to happen. The Seven of Pentacles. I'm going to ask what you were waiting. And I think that there were arguments and clashes over this. So what was Libra waiting to happen with the Seven of Coins? What was Libra waiting to happen with the Seven of Coins in one card? Oh, the Ten of Swords. You were waiting for something to be over. You were waiting for something to be over so that you could have this strong relationship. Can you see how the Strength and the King of Cups? Strength is this cooperation, so you could have this person cooperate. Was this person with somebody else for some of you guys? I'm wondering. It looks to me like this person might have been, because you were waiting for something to be over, the Ten of Swords. Shows again. You were waiting for something to be over, so that you could have this proper connection with the Strength energy. This might have been a water sign. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancerian, some of you guys were with. This person looks like they were a nice dude, but they told you stuff. Maybe this is why they show up as a Three of Swords. I'll ask why this person shows up as overall. And why is the overall analysis for Libra's ex the Three of Swords? Why is the overall analysis? Was this person involved in a third-party situation, perhaps? Why is the overall analysis of the ex of Libra's the Three of Swords? First card to tell me why, second card to explain the first, please. Nine of Cups shows up here. Looks like they were happy with the family. It's all about the family. The Ten of Cups, they were happy with the family. It looks to me like for some of you Librans, you had somebody who was already with somebody else. They were either married or they were in a long-standing relationship with someone else. And that's why you should say no. Because what you'd been waiting for with the Nine of Wands, you guys, there was a lot of tension here. And and I think that this was the ex. The Nine of Wands shows as the ex. The Nine of Wands shows as the ex being on his guard. being very, very tense because you guys were levying a judgment against this ex, saying, why am I waiting, the Seven of Coins? Okay, why am I waiting for this relationship that you're in to be over? Okay, so that we can be together in this strong connection, strength, and the King of Cups. So that we can be together in what you call a soulmate relationship, which is why you've got the Lovers here. And there was a great clash over this. A great clash. But this ex now, I think, shows as being the Three of Swords, not because they're hurting, but because they told lies. Third party situation, overall analysis, and also possibly a liar. Because they were happy in the relationship that they were in. Nine of Cups with that Ten of Cups. This is somebody who's really satisfied, the Nine of Cups, in a relationship that they're in. A long-standing one as well with the Ten of Cups. One that gives them absolute satisfaction. And that's why you've got to say no. Okay? This person sees the relationship as being over. And you're trying to do the best you can to hold up your resolve over it. But the weakness was you, Queen of Swords. You didn't trust them, which is fine. And I understand why for some of you guys now, Libra, you wouldn't trust such a dude. Because they were lying to you, Three of Swords. They were involved. There was still this thing going on with the Three of Swords. And also I think as a person, it was very easy for them to inflict pain as well with this Three of Swords energy. Okay, they had a difference of opinion to you. But also they're showing up as a Three of Swords because they were happy in a relationship. So a liar. Three of Swords also shows as somebody who tells lies. And that's why you shouldn't go back to them. This person looks like, you know, it's a shame. I mean, it's really weird that if you... And I think that what it is, you know, love isn't cut and dried. Relationships aren't cut and dried. They really aren't. So even though in the reading you're thinking, well, how come, Carol, that the outcome would be the Star? What would if we got together? Because you are soulmates. You can have somebody who's with somebody else. You can have many soulmates. I think this person was already also a twin flame as well. I think this person was definitely a twin flame. For sure. Okay? Because if you were to get together, it would be the best relationship you'd have ever had. The Star energy. Star is another twin flame card. It's going to be the best relationship. It's going to fulfill all your wishes. So if you were to come together, you would have the best relationship ever. And when you have a twin flame, if you are lucky enough to be with that twin flame through life, it's going to be the best relationship you'll ever have. You'll never have another one like it. And the Lovers is your strength. Twin flame stroke soulmate. So these energies are telling me and they're letting me know that you guys were destined for each other. Definitely. The only problem is that this is a liar. I'm sorry to say. And you can get different levels of people in relationship. If only this person wasn't such a liar, you could have the best relationship going. But the problem is that they are over the analysis, as I would read this Three of Swords, of who this person is that this person hides behind certain facades. This person lies and they're involved in third party because they were happy in this relationship. They were happy in their relationship. And that's why you should say no. Remember, relationships are complex. You can be with someone and you can love them. And they can love you back to a certain extent. But the problem is if they've got somebody else on the go and they're happy in that, you can love more than one person at one time. And sometimes one connection is stronger than the other. But remember with the Nine of Cups and the Ten of Cups, especially the Ten of Cups, this is a card that represents a relationship that brings emotional fulfillment to the person. So this person's really contented in a relationship that brings them emotional fulfillment. This was definitely a twin flame thing for you guys because this brought so much pain. But to you. And therefore I think that through doing this you've learned something here. You guys had a real clash. See that Page of Swords facing off against the Knight of Swords. Real clash between each other. Because you're saying, why am I waiting for you to end this relationship so me and you can be in this union? Strength and the King of Cups. This person right now, as I've read it, I don't think they're very focused on you. I think that they just feel it's over. And they're concentrating on their career. This person has chosen to ignore the connection that you had, I think. And they've chosen, I think that they're with somebody else. I think this person's chosen to ignore the connection that they had with some of you Librans personally. I know it sounds harsh, but that's how I feel about it. And that's why I understand now why you were so suspicious. But the weakness is, you're reading as the weakness of the Queen of Swords, being so analytical and distrustful and asking lots of questions, because you had a reason to ask the question. Why? Why is it that I'm waiting for this relationship to end? So me and you can be together. Why? Clashes. So this person, every time you ask this question of this person, Libra, more than likely this person came back at you quite angry because they did have something to hide, that they were actually happy and emotionally satisfied in the relationship that they were actually in. They did love you. I believe that this person did love you very much. But this person, I think, is so busy in their life. They're busy pursuing their passions, their dreams, their ideas and their desires with the grounded energy of earth, building money, that they've just forgotten their feelings for you. You're getting over it too, though, as well. It's very, very interesting reading indeed. I don't see any chance of a reconciliation with this person personally. I think that this is all about you focusing on yourself, and it's all about them focusing. With number 9s, with people on their own, I don't look at those cards as reconciliatory cards. Okay, that's your reading, Libra. I would like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.